Welcome back to Have You Heard, where we dive into the issues that shape our world today. I'm your host, Bree, and today we're exploring a topic that sparked a lot of debate. President Donald Trump's remarks directed at Washington Bishop Mariann Edgar Budde. This isn't just a political story, it's about leadership, faith, and values that guide us. What's at the heart of this dispute, and what does it mean for the role of faith in public life? Stick with me as we unpack this multifaceted issue and ask some thought-provoking questions along the way. The attack. What happened? Let's begin with the facts. Recently, President Trump described Bishop Budde as nasty and suggested she owes a public apology. His remarks came in response to her 2020 criticism of his controversial photo op at St. John's Episcopal Church. For those who might not remember, peaceful protesters were forcibly removed to clear the way for Trump's now infamous moment with a Bible in hand. Bishop Budde, a faith leader known for a commitment to justice, spoke out against the use of a sacred space for political gain. She argued that such actions misrepresented the church's mission of compassion and love. Adding to the story, during a national prayer service, Bishop Budde urged Trump to show mercy to immigrants and transgender children impacted by his policy. She reminded him that most immigrants are not criminals and called for compassion for those fearing deportation or discrimination. Rather than engaging with these heartfelt concerns, Trump responded by dismissing her as ungracious and not very good at her job. But why target her personally? Could it be that Bishop Budde's moral authority poses a challenge to his narrative? Questions to ponder. Should political figures respond to moral criticism with personal attacks, or should they address the issues raised? How should leaders handle public disagreement, especially when it involves matters of faith and morality? The role of the church in politics. This brings us to a bigger question. What role should faith leaders play in political discussions? Some argue that religious figures should stick to spiritual matters and leave politics aside, but history tells a different story. Faith communities have long been at the forefront of social change, from the civil rights movement to global campaigns for justice, human rights, and environmental stewardship. When faith leaders like Bishop Budde speak out, they often do so not to divide, but to inspire action rooted in compassion and fairness. Their voices are not political tools, they are calls for moral accountability. So when Trump demands an apology, is it really about her comments, or is it part of a broader discomfort with religious voices holding leaders accountable? Questions to ponder. Should faith leaders focus solely on spiritual matters, or do they have a duty to engage with societal issues? Where should the line be drawn between religion and politics? Is the line becoming harder to define? The apology dilemma. Let's explore the idea of an apology. Should Bishop Budde apologize? And if she did, what message would that send? If she apologizes, it could suggest she regrets speaking out about values that may consider central to faith, compassion, justice, and mercy, but staying firm in her convictions risks inviting more personal attacks. This is about more than one person. It's about how society treats dissenting voices. In recent years, we've seen a troubling trend: demands for apologies not because someone has done wrong, but because they challenged authority. Such pressure can discourage open dialogue, which is essential in a democracy. Questions to ponder. When is an apology warranted, and when is a way to silence dissent? Should public figures apologize for moral criticism, or is accountability a shared responsibility? The church under fire. Taking a step back, this controversy reflects a larger trend. Bishop Budde's experience isn't unique. It's part of a broader conversation about the role of religious institutions in a changing world. Faith leaders across traditions face scrutiny when they speak on issues like human dignity, social justice, and the common good. While their message aims to unite and uplift, their voices are often met with resistance from those uncomfortable with moral critique. In a pluralistic society, this tension is inevitable, but is it growing harder to respect moral voices even when they challenge the status quo? Questions to ponder. What does this dispute reveal about the relationship between political power and religious institutions? Are we as a society losing the ability to engage respectively with moral voices? Finding common ground. So where do we go from here? This isn't just a story about President Trump and Bishop Budde. It's about the role of conscience in public life. Perhaps instead of focusing on demands for apologies, we should prioritize understanding. How can political leaders and religious figures work together to tackle the challenges of our time without compromising their values? It's not easy to hold these conversations, but they're necessary. Dissent and dialogue are the heartbeats of progress, and respecting diverse perspectives helps us grow as a society. Questions to ponder. How can we encourage meaningful dialogue between political and faith leaders? What steps can individuals take to ensure that moral and ethical concerns remain part of public discourse? That's all for today on Have You Heard? Thank you guys for tuning in and reflecting on these challenging but vital questions. I love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Should Bishop Budde apologize? What does this mean for the intersection of faith and politics? Join the conversation. Let's keep questioning, debating, growing together. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and stay compassionate. This was Bree. Thank you.